Hi guys, it's Erin the Tacky Painter, and today I'm just going to wing it. I don't have a painting that I've already painted to show you at the beginning, although when I'm done I will have the picture-in-picture for you. I'm just going to sort of start with an idea that I have in mind of a spring sunrise, and we'll see how it goes. So hang in there with me and we'll have some fun. Let's get tacky. So the colors I've decided to use today are Phalo Blue, Dioxazine Purple, Quinacridone Magenta, Cad Yellow, I believe it's medium hue, cadmium orange hue, and titanium white. These are all in Liquitex Basics paint. So I'm going to start with my large bright brush. This is from Black Pearl. I'm going to dip it in my water just to get it ready. Wipe it off. And I'm going to start up here in the sky with my blue color. I'm going to take some blue and just a little bit of white just to lighten it up a little bit. So I feel like that'd be more of a spring sky, a lighter blue color. And just start right here. Just back and forth. Until about there, and then I'm going to grab some purple. Purple and white. And just mix that right now. As I get closer to where I painted the blue, I'm going to lighten my pressure so that it mixes them a little bit. Now I'll get into my Quinacridone Magenta and white. I'm not rinsing off my brush because these are all going to blend together anyway, so I'm not worried about them blending on my brush. Lighter pressure as it gets up towards the purple. And I want the streaks, that's what I'm going for. I'm not worried about the streaks. Now into the orange. This orange is very, very transparent, so I'm going to add a little bit more white to it. And just mix that right in. Now I'm going to rinse off for the yellow. So I'll grab my water. Love that sound, don't you? Wipe it off. Now into my yellow and white. And just put that right there. That looks good. Now, because I think I'm going to paint water down here that's going to reflect the sky, I'm going to do the same thing but reversed down here. So back into my orange, a little bit of white down here, into my magenta, white. And it can be a little bit darker in the water, so we don't have to add as much white in the water. Purple. And blue. Remember, if you're using a larger canvas, it's going to take longer and it's going to take more paint. I'm working on an 8x10 canvas sheet from Frederick's. There we go. Now our sky's done, and we just have to let that dry before we can do anything else. I'm going to rinse off my brush. Wipe it off. Don't let it sit in the water or else it will get ruined. Set it aside. And now I'm going to grab some white chalk so I can draw in what I think I want to do next. Now this is just regular white chalk that you would use in school. Doesn't have to be sharpened. If that would help you, you can just put it right in a regular pencil sharpener and it will sharpen it for you. So make sure your painting is dry before you attempt to write on it, or else you won't like the result. While this is taking a moment to dry, I just want to say if you enjoy painting with me, feel free to click the thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to my channel and click the bell to be notified when I add new videos. Alright, I think it's dry enough to draw on. It's a little bit tacky, but that's alright. Acrylic painting is. So I know where my horizon line is going to be. It's going to be right in the middle of this yellow spot, so I can draw that in. Make sure it's fairly straight. Okay. Now I know I want the sun coming up right here in the middle. I'm not sure how big I want it, but that's good enough for now. I know I want this to be water, but I also think I want some land showing too. Maybe some mountains off here in the distance. Now mountains are hard for me. I don't know why, but my brain has a block on being able to paint in mountains, so we'll try it. I need more practice. And I also wanted a river here, so maybe we'll make some curvy lines. That widen out as it gets closer to us. A little bit of perspective. Okay. I know I want some sun rays coming up. And we might use a color called zinc white, which is basically just a transparent white. If you don't have zinc white, you can just add more water to your titanium white and it'll give you pretty much the same effect. Let's see. I think that's good enough for now. Eventually I think I want trees coming up, but we can work with this for now. Alright, I've gotten a smaller bright brush. I'm going to use this to paint in my mountains. I'm not going to use black in this painting. I'm going to make what's called a chromatic black, which is just basically a dark color that you mix without actually using black. So for my mountains, I'm going to take some purple and a little bit of blue. Mix those together and it makes a really nice dark color. So we'll just use that to paint in our mountains. The first layer on our mountains. Oh, see how it's sort of streaking like that? You know what I forgot to do? Wet my brush first. So I'm going to dip that in the water to get it ready. Wipe it off. Go back into my blue and purple mix. Now the paint will sort of glide easier because my brush is ready. Just right to that horizon line that we drew. Go back and make more of that color if you need to. You can change the shape of your mountains as you need to. There's that side. Now let's do this side. More of that purple and blue mix. Our first layer of our mountains is in. I'm going to rinse off my brush. And then I think I'm going to go into just straight white and paint in my sun. I've got some white here. And the reason why I'm going to paint the sun in white is because I want to eventually paint it a really bright yellow. And yellow is really happy to paint over white only. If you try to paint yellow over blue or anything dark, it's not really going to show up very well because it's very transparent. You can see right through it. There's our little half sun there. Good. Now I think I'll paint the grass on the sides of our riverbank. Rinse off the white. And I think since I have blue and yellow on my palette already, I'll just mix green instead of having to put out a new color. If you have phthalo green, you can go ahead and put that out and use it. I'm just going to mix because I've already got the paint here on my palette. So I'm going to take some yellow. The blue is much stronger than the yellow, so we won't put that much blue in to begin with, but there's our green. And we'll just paint in the sides of the river, here and here, green. Now remember, this is just our underpainting, so it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to paint some grass on top. Just breathe and relax and have fun with it. If you're not having fun, then really take a step back and evaluate why you're painting in the first place. I know some of you may be a little freaked out that we just painted in this background and now we're painting over it, but it's alright. Remember, acrylics are all about the layers. So I had some white there. I added that in because as things get closer to us, they get brighter. So I want this grass that's closer to us to be a little bit brighter. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to paint over it anyway. And let's do this thing. Just that blue and yellow mixture. Darker towards the mountains and lighter as it comes up towards us. And remember, you can use any brush that you feel comfortable with. Some more of that dark color over here. Now as we head up towards the front, we'll get a little bit lighter. And even lighter. Our underpainting for the grass is in. I'm going to rinse off my brush. That's sort of a pretty color. Wipe it off. And then we're going to decide what to do next. If our mountains are dry, which I think they pretty much are, we can add the next layer to our mountains. So I'm going to get some white and a little bit of purple. Much more white than purple. But I don't want it to be bright white. So we're going to come here, and on the side that's facing the sun, it's going to be brighter. So this side of the mountain right here is going to be brighter. Oh, just sort of streak that on there. And this side here. You always have to think about where your light source is, where your light is coming from. That will help you in painting. Over here, the light would be on this side. Now I'm going to make a mixture of blue and white and put that for our shadow side. See how that works out. If we don't like it, we can come back and change it. Like I said, mountains are not my strong point. So we'll see. Over here, shadow. I like it so far. Remember not to cover up all the dark color we painted in. That'll be our deepest, darkest shadow color on the mountain. Over here we'll add some of our lighter shadow color. There, I think that's good. Rinse off the brush. And maybe we'll work on our river here. White pot. I think I'll take some white. Now my white's been dipped into with all the other colors. I'm not worried about that because I want some of that in the water anyway. So my white is sort of multicolored. That's fine. I'm going to use just the tip of my brush. Small lines going horizontally towards the horizon. Just to sort of indicate some ripples. Horizontal with just the tip of the brush. Just random. You can squiggle them a little bit if you want to. As it gets closer, they're going to get bigger. There, now we've got some reflections in the water. It's out. I don't know if our grass is dry yet. We can maybe add our sun rays, or maybe even paint in our sun. Let's paint in our sun. Just straight yellow. You don't want that tinted with anything because everything else is stronger than yellow and it will change the color drastically. So just straight yellow right over the white. You can use any colors you'd like for this painting. As always though, there will be a traceable when I'm done, and I'll put it up on my website. The link will be in the description below. You can use that with your kids. You can use that to color if you want. Or you could trace it on and paint. Just make art. That's the important thing. Okay, there's our sun. It's off. I think I'll add the rays. I'm going to grab a smaller bright brush, if I can find it. Yep, right here. Get that wet. And I don't think I'll use my zinc, because I don't know if a lot of you have the zinc. So I'll just use my titanium white with water added. And we'll see how that works. I thinned it with water. Now I'll start at my sun, go straight up. Just on this part of my brush, planting it, and then lifting up. It's okay if it sort of fades out towards the top. And over here, very light. Just some smaller ones. You know what, I don't like how bright that one is, so I'm going to rinse off my brush. Get some water on it. Just clean water. And sort of squiggle that out. While the paint is still wet, you can do this. I'm going to dab it. Okay. Now I'll go back, just get my light white that's been thinned a lot with water. Even wipe it off a little bit right there. There we go. That's not quite as startling. There we go. That's better. So if you have something happen that you don't like or that you didn't intend to happen, you can always fix it. Don't be stressed about it. Don't be worried about it. Don't let that steal your happiness in painting. And there's that. Now since I've got this smaller bright brush already, I think I'm going to work on this green part a little bit more. I want the banks to definitely be darker right here where they're close to the water. So I'm going to make my dark green color blue and yellow, mostly blue. And come right here. Make sure your brush doesn't have any water on it, or else you'll get drips on your painting that you don't want. And right here, darken it up. It's going to be bigger as it gets closer, so widen it out. Alright, same thing on the other side. That mixture, mostly blue, a little bit of yellow. Smaller towards the sun, wider towards us. We can use this dark color back here towards the mountains. So it's sort of fun painting without a reference photo. It's a little scary, but it's fun because you have to use your imagination, you have to use your creativity to figure out what you're going to do next. It's always good to try to challenge yourself, because that's how you grow. Alright, I like that. Alright, so as I'm thinking about it, I think I want to add flowers in the foreground here. But then we have sort of emptiness in the sky. It doesn't really balance out. So I think we need to add clouds, or at least the indication of clouds up here in the sky. So I'm going to go back to, maybe not my largest bright, but my medium bright brush. Get that wet and ready to go. Wipe it off. Get into mostly white and maybe a little of my purple. Mostly white though. Very, very light. I made that light purple color here, and now I'm gonna make sure that there's also white streaked on my brush. I'm not mixing it in. I'm just letting it be there on the brush so that it will streak as I put it on the canvas. Let's try this. We'll see how it goes. If we don't like it, we can always paint over it. So there's one little cloud. Do another one over here. remember, just like everything else, clouds are brighter where the sun is hitting them. So they're going to be brighter underneath because the sun is underneath them. So there's some clouds. And then I'm going to take even brighter white, because that, remember, was tinted with purple. So brighter white, and just put that here on the bottom. And on the bottom here. Okay, that sort of balances stuff out. Now we have something going on up here in the sky and stuff going on down here. So we'll work on our flowers. I think I'm going to find a round brush to do the flowers with. This right here is a round. Get it wet. And then decide what kind of flowers you want to do. First, we might have to paint the flowers in white so that they show up. If I want to paint a more transparent color over them, like red, orange, or yellow, then it would help me to paint them in white first. So I'm going to load up with some white. Got some white here. And I'm just going to make some dots just to indicate a few petals here and there. Maybe they're tulips. They could be whatever flower you want them to be. But they're just right here in the foreground. Maybe one's hanging over the edge here. A few buds. There we go. Now we'll do the same thing with the other side. Load up with white. And come over here. Just random flowers on the banks of the river. There, now when we want to paint over them, we have to make sure that it's dry first. So I'm going to rinse out my brush. You know, I don't think I'll add the trees because I think it'll be too much, so I'm just going to leave this as it is, wait for the flowers to dry. Add in the flowers, some grass, and then we'll be done. So I've zoomed you in here on this side. I'm going to add in grass and stems. So I'm going to make green, light green color, so mostly yellow, yellow and blue. And I'm going to add white. I've got my round brush still. Load it up. And I'm going to think about where I want them. You can draw them in first with your chalk if you want. I'm just sort of going to wing it. So a few of these would have stems here. Bigger at the bottom, shorter at the top. You don't have to draw a stem for every one, because we're going to draw grass too. There, we've got some stems going. We'll do the same thing over here. Good. Now we can go back and add our grass. You can use the same color if you want. I'm going to use a little more yellow in the mix, just so it sort of stands out as different from the stems. And we can add dark grass in after too. So I'm just going to flick my brush, plant it, and flick it to apply grass. And some of this grass can go over the flowers, all different directions. I'm only going to do this grass up towards the front because as we go back it wouldn't be in a lot of detail. So I don't have to really put the grass in as it gets back towards the mountain. add some more of that on our brush. And just plant flick. Some of it can go over the side of the paint. Just every direction. Just relax painting in this spring morning. Because it is finally spring, no matter what the thermometer says. I think I'm going to do some more grass hanging over the edge on this side because I liked how that looked. Alright, zoom back out. So it's coming together. I'm going to get my bright brush again, rinse off that round brush, set it aside so you can clean it better later. I'm going to get my smaller bright brush, rinse that off, and just paint more grass in. See how you can sort of see through the grass over here? I don't really want that, so I'm going to add more of my dark green color. And just sort of put another layer on. It can be streaky. It can be however you want. I just wanted that to cover a little bit better. Now all we have to do is add the color in on our flowers. So I'm going back to my round brush, and I think I'm going to do pink flowers. So I'll do the darkest pink flirt first, and just a few spots. Towards the bottom of the flowers and the right side, because that's the side that's farthest from the sun. On this side, we'll make them darker on the left. And you can do them all different colors if you want. I just have to hurry up and get this done because my kids will be waking up soon. Rinse that off. Zoom you in a little bit. Now I'm going to add some white to our pink. And put that on. Just in a few spots, and then we'll come back with an even lighter color. I'll come back with mostly white for our highlight, and we'll just add that in. So this has been a really fun, relaxing painting for me. I want to remind you to please subscribe, share, like, comment. I appreciate it all so much. And keep coming back. Every other week, I plan on posting a video. If I do more than that, then I'll post more, but that's the goal. Zoom back out. Here we have our spring sunrise. I hope you guys paint this. I hope you find me and share it with me because I'd love to see it. Rinsing out my brush, wiping it off. So I want to remind you that there's always something to look forward to, and I look forward to painting with you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.